everyone. It's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obiajulu Olabisi Ubu, and with me are the ladies. Welcome back, YK.
Good morning, my cookies.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
We missed you.
This is my first time being on set with YK since I came there.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, YK.
How was celebration?
Celebration was okay. It was okay. I'm owing a lot of money left, right, and center.
Oh,
wow.
God will help me.
Wow.
So, but I will persevere.
Yes.
I will try my best.
I thought with all the brand endorsements, we need to get more brands to jump on
It's a very expensive venture. You know, it's a 1 week.
Yeah.
Celebration.
Yeah, and so it's you're paying staff for 1 week. You're hiring things. It's really it's an expensive.
Yes.
So you really need a lot of endorsements. And this year, I mean, we had, but
Yeah, there were.
one particular person had carried us along till the last minute, and then
Backed out.
Oh gosh, that can be really,
and that
really...
messed us. Well, that messed me up big time. I don't think I can ever forgive them.
Yeah.
I know what happened was I had rejected another one, a competing brand.
Oh,
Thinking that
that's
this one will come through.
yeah, because you can't carry two brands that do the same thing.
And that rejection, we not just reject, we rejected with letter.
Hi.
Say, and then this one's now failed at the last minute.
Oh my God.
I just
Not nice at
As
all.
well.
not nice, but
Business world.
life goes on.
Yeah. And we still got the
Happy
message,
back.
we still went
And you
ahead
have the
and
next edition and it will be bigger.
Amen. But I enjoyed Mariah's mom's send-off.
yes.
We had fun.
Yes, we did.
We really had fun.
You did.
I lost my glasses for 2 days.
How?
You lost it there? You left it behind?
I thought I did. I found them under my car seat.
Like 60 spending.
I'm telling you.
Or as Nima was accusing me yesterday, she said it's the champagne. Maybe it was too much champagne.
Definitely.
Wow. And I thought I didn't have enough.
I met Shadi Okoya and she sprayed me.
Yay.
Yes, it's so amazing. And I think I didn't mention it, like, it was... I've never met her before. I've heard about her. Everybody knows who Shadi Okoya is, but I had my first experience of meeting her outside when we went to welcome them. And she's so, like Nima said, her humility is humbling. Like, she's so humble. Like, she's bending down to greet you. I'm always very careful. I was there to support Mariah, so I stood behind. But then she now called me, like, greets me. And it's very important because many people tend to feel like when you you should carry your shoulders, and it's nice to acknowledge those that have and don't carry their shoulders.
There's
and I
no
pray that God will help all of us to be able to be that humble when we
finally
arrive.
have.
When we arrive, they arrive.
I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. I just, maybe a public service announcement, please. The trash trucks that pick up trash, please, you people try. Maybe put a lid over the thing, because in the mornings you find that for those who had carried trash maybe earlier in the morning or late at night, it flies all over the, on the road.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of it across, on the road, and those women have to come up in the morning to sweep it. You see cans, plastic cans, plastic bottles, a lot of them. So it just seems like someone is just driving away and really does not care that this thing is pouring behind them. So please, let's find a way to put like a net over the thing so that it stops us from littering the place.
Responsible thing to do.
Yes, please.
I love that.
Ladies. Thank you. We have to take a short break. When we come back, we take the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's start with the nation. 10 held over lynching of police officer. 6 arrested in Nasarawa. Gunmen kill 17, abduct 18 in mosque. Dawn raid in Niger. Governors fail to access 51 billion UBEC funds. UBA posts 490.3 billion gross earnings in Q3. GDP to grow by 29 billion with e-Naira. 2023, our politics rowdy but stay clear, Buhari tells envoy. Nigeria others condemn Sudan coup. Who has what story in the nation?
Yes, I've got 2023 politics, rowdy, but steer clear. So the president, while receiving letters of credence from ambassadors of Japan, European Union, Burundi, Denmark, Finland, Ireland, Cape Verde, France, Qatar, and then High Commissioners of Sierra Leone and Ghana, has advised these envoys that, see, while you're here, please be guided by your diplomatic practices and ensure that your activities remain within the confines of your profession. So in other words, do not put mouth in what does not concern you. You see, we're about to get to our elections are coming up, is what he said. And it may come across as rowdy and raucous. And at this stage, it's quite argumentative. So please, when you see that, that is how we do our politics here. But towards, as it leads up to the day, it gets more streamlined. So please mind yourselves and face what brought you. And what brought you here, what we're interested in is we're looking for foreign investments towards, he said, transportation. I think he said health as well. Yes, he said that you're looking for investment in health, transportation, and agricultural sectors. All these areas are open for foreign direct investment. So please mind your business.
Focus on your focus.
I wanted to take the gunmen.
Okay, go ahead.
The gunmen, they invaded a mosque in Niger State. They killed 17 worshippers and injured another 3. They abducted 18. They came on motorbikes, shooting sporadically, and they caught the worshippers unaware. A lot of residents who spoke on the phone said they are still in shock. It happened in Mazakuka. Please pronounce it for me, Miriam.
You're right.
Yes.
Okay.
Mazakuka community.
It's
Mashego.
close to the, what?
Yes, they said it's close to the Kainji Lake Forest, the community.
So did they take them on bikes? Did they carry 18 people on bikes when they were escaping? Or
how did they
disappear with 18 people because they came on bikes? Or like there must be, I don't know.
Have they said anything? Have they said anything
Yes.
in terms of?
Yes, they're involved. They said that they are sending security operatives into the forest to fish these bandits out.
Yeah, they apparently they are in a part of the forest, near this lake forest.
Yes.
So they know where they are. They just can't
Get there and do
go
something.
there. And
So our e-Naira
Go ahead, please.
was launched yesterday, and according to the president, he said it has the potential to grow the nation's gross domestic product, that's our GDP, by $29 billion in 10 years. So he also says that this would also encourage and assist Nigerians to cushion the effects of the COVID-19. They are finding ways to ensure that this will also bring the informal sector to the formal sector, ensure that everybody can do business freely. And that Africa, Nigeria is one of the first country in Africa and one of the first in the world to have this e-Naira. They've minted, according to them, 5 million e-Naira. So I don't understand. Is it supposed to be physical?
No.
Okay, how does that work?
It's sort of like a cryptocurrency. It's not physical.
Okay.
So it's produced, it's generated online. I opened it up myself yesterday. I read a bit of it, but I didn't read it properly. So I'll read it and come and give people the gist.
Some banks sent me messages concerning it that the platform is available now if I want to get on it. But I think I need to observe a bit before.
Yes. Wow. But they do not. They say it's not like crypto. Remember we had someone come here and explain it to us.
Now.
We will study it.
We will study it.
And bring the details. The former Minister for Education, Professor Rukayatu Hamed Rufai, was speaking in Uniben at the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, a postgraduate engagement, and she was speaking to the insecurity and new dangers to the girl child education in Nigeria, options for Nigerian government. And she mentioned how the inability of governors to access the UBEC funds is affecting the educational sector because we have 51 billion naira unaccessed. Kwara State is supposed to get about 6 billion. They're supposed to provide like a counter funding. Ekiti has 4 billion unaccessed. Enugu, Nasarawa both have over 3 billion unaccessed. 2 billion from Abia, Adamawa. Many of the states have capacity to get funds from the UBEC funds, but they don't have, they need to show counterpart funding, and they haven't. And we have challenges with our educational sector that would be resolved if only they are able to use this fund. So he said, apart from the fact that we have diverse security challenges in the country, many of the security challenges are related to the fact that these people are uneducated, and if we improve the educational sector, we would have relief in all these sectors. All
right, let's move on to the Punch. Buhari unveils e-Naira. MDAs may collect revenues, pay in e-currency. Central Bank to Nigeria alerts bank to risks, fraud, threats. Apex Bank mints 500 million e-Naira, issues 200 million to banks. E-Naira won't change Naira-dollar exchange rate, experts. $148 million consultants pay. Buhari governors meet. October revenue sharing suspended. Investors scramble for FBNH shares. Price rises over ownership tussle. Federal government to end petrol subsidy, June 2022. Okay. World Bank condemns 2.9 trillion funding. Fashola, NLC faults federal government. Asset sale, privatization, minister demands audit. Hoodlums storm Ogun school. 2 teachers hospitalized, others flee. PDP crisis deepens. Secondos pursue suit as party plans convention. Missing reporter. Bajabiamila canvasses divine intervention. Journalists protests. Who has what story here?
Yes, so the World Bank is saying that Nigeria is on track to spend 2.9 trillion on PMS subsidy. And this is money that could otherwise be channeled towards primary healthcare, basic education, and rural roads. And, you know, they're saying that it's important that Nigeria understands that it's sort of like a malnourished child and needs immediate intervention, you know, to handle the problems that we have right now. The Minister for Finance in response says, well, the subsidy is going to end by June 2022 because even in the budget, they only made provisions for subsidy up until June 2022. But World Bank is saying that we may not even have those 6 months in order to, you know, get our acts together. So it, well, makes sense. You know, every time we talk about this subsidy, at one point we agree, and then when it is sort of being implemented in whatever form, we are up in arms, especially NLC. So now we're being told our economy is in really bad shape. All the monies that we're putting towards subsidy is way more than what we actually put towards health. So,
which other story do we have?
I wanted to take the students of Community High School in Ijong, in Yewa North. They allegedly hired hoodlums to attack their teachers and chase them out of the school. One had happened at the Unity High School in Iburu, the same local government area, last week, and they had beaten 2 teachers. This one, they beat the teachers, the 2 teachers, and then others fled. We don't know why
this is happening.
But
there needs to be investigation.
They hired hoodlums.
There needs to be
victims have been taken to the hospital for treatment.
And they stormed the school. They stormed the school at 10:45 a.m. in the morning with hoodlums. That's a scary story.
So the federal government unveiled yesterday. They launched the the 27th edition of the Nigeria Economic Summit, which happens every year, and the vice president was representing the president, and he was represented by the senior special assistants to the vice president on media publicity, Laolu Akonde. In the address, mentioned the fact that the government has a new project called Solar Power Niger project, and that this project will be expected to generate 250,000 jobs for Nigerians, based on providing solar panels for 5 million homes. Now, we know that there is a plan worldwide to reduce carbon emission to 0 by 2050, and this would help us to gain that as well. So it's calling on public sector, private sector partnership, transportation sector, all the sectors involved in deployment of this solar panel to 5 million homes to work together to ensure that we achieve that goal. Byproduct of achieving that goal would mean that we have 250,000 projected jobs for Nigerians.
All right, the newspaper reviews continue after this break. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I'm a very busy man. My business involves a lot of traveling, and I interface with lots and lots of people and organizations. Tax compliance used to be a big drag on my business. It was time-consuming and very costly. But now, No more. Introducing the FIRS Tax Pro Max, the truly fully end-to-end tax administration solution for companies' income tax, value-added tax, petroleum profits tax, and all other tax types. For fast, efficient, and convenient end-to-end tax experience, log on to www.taxpromax.firs.gov.ng. Tax Promax has turned things around for me. It is fast, user-friendly, and cost-effective. FIRS, making tax administration as easy as ABC.
Thank goodness. Now that Grandma is here, I can take my leave. My flight is in 2 hours, honey. You know how the traffic is.
But, honey, you still need to drop me off at the hospital.
Oh, not to worry, honey. That has been settled. I booked an appointment already using the Clearline HMO app on my phone.
You know we already have a plan with them.
Wow, interesting.
Clearline HMO provides you with flexible healthcare service right when you need it. You can pre-schedule and book specialist services at your convenience.
Hello, Mama. Is everything fine?
My son. Our baby is here.
With Clearline HMO, you've got a health partner with a cutting-edge solution whenever and wherever. Get your health managed by subscribing to any of our healthcare plans available to individuals and corporate organizations. For more information, log on to www.clearlinehmo.net. Clearline HMO, the health insurance people.
Sometimes before I step on stage, my mind gets
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV.
Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
Ọdún wa sọ nìyẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ bí jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting, working as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and
Welcome back. So I wanted to quickly take this story about the consultants that were supposed to be paid. The governors are saying that they are going to be meeting with the president likely this week because of the debits, the decision to debit, I think about $418 million from the local government account to be able to pay the consultants. You had taken that story here. Nima had taken that story as well. And they also mentioned that, so they went back in time to 2006 when the federal government had to take from the federation account to pay 12 billion to get the debt write-off of 18 billion from the Paris Club. And then everybody is saying that we are not the ones owing this money. Why are you getting into this account to pay this debt? And if you touch that money, we're not going to be able to pay salaries. And I think it's also in court, but then they've given decision to start, disbursing that, deducting that money. So hopefully after the meeting. Let's move on to the Daily Sun. Banditry, Akeredolu fumes, says nomadic farming culture outdated. Gumi, Nigeria will end if Buhari brands bandits terrorists. Gunmen kill 18, abduct 7 in Niger Mosque. Ahaneze, MBF, Khan, Ninas, Inc., Kaigema, Mogeku, Kokori, Uwazurike, Chekwa Okori hit Islamic cleric. 2023, Middle Belt youths meet in Enugu, back Southeast presidency. Wike, CGN berates NBA over silence on national crisis, assault on judiciary. President to Nigerians, celebrate our troops with pride. Journalists storm force headquarters over missing Vanguard reporter. Northern elders ask court to allow Igbo secede. NLC rejects compulsory COVID-19 vaccination. Who has a story in the Sun?
So the presidency, speaking at the launch of the Army Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem, which for 2022, so the emblem was launched. Femi Adesina, publicity, the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, was speaking, representing the president, said that we need to celebrate our army, we need to celebrate the military more, that our country's independence has been contested since the independence. We've had a civil strife, we've had civil war, we've had uprising, violence, agitation from different parts of the country, and despite all of this, the country still remains united, and the unity resolved by citizens still remains strong. And this is because the military have shed blood to keep the country together, and that we should respect them. We should celebrate them with pride for the sacrifices that have been done. He said they have unparalleled patriotism, courage, loyalty, and commitment as they grapple with the daunting challenges of defending the Nigerian territory integrity. And I believe we should take this, I'm taking this way because I really want us to pay attention to the fact that there are many Nigerians in the army shedding their blood, making the sacrifice daily to keep us united and keep us safe, and we respect them on a daily basis as well.
So Nigerian Labour Congress is saying to the government that there's no need for them to force Nigerians to take the vaccine, although they are also appealing to Nigerians that it's a good idea to take the vaccines because it has been scientifically proven, even though the vaccine is not perfect, that it has helped really in the fight against this virus. And he's saying that the Nigerian workforce has gone through a lot due to the pandemic. So government should instead look for more persuasive ways to get Nigerians to take the vaccine, and also make sure that there are different places that Nigerians can access taking the vaccines that will be easier for them. And says that also truthfully the CDC, the United States Center for Disease Control, showed that about 63% drop in hospital visitation after the introduction of COVID-19. So NLC is saying to Nigerians, it works. please take it, but we're saying to government, you don't have to use force to make Nigerians take it.
And they use the NLC rejects sensationalization. Let's move on to the Vanguard. Bandits kill 17, injure scores in mosque, abduct 18 in fresh Niger attack. Taking that. You aid litigants to assault judiciary, CGN tells MBA. Security operatives violating presidential order to shoot criminals with AK-47, says Akeredolu. Declaring bandits as terrorists will come at a price. Naira can raise our GDP by $29 billion in 10 years, Buhari. Convention, October 31 remains sacrosanct. UBA's gross earnings hit 490.3 billion, reports 37% profit growth. Police quiz 6 over Vanguard's reporter's disappearance. Economy, let's act with fierce urgency. NESG tells federal government others. 1,436 school children, 17 teachers kidnapped in 10 months, UNICEF. Oyo jailbreak, an act of terrorism, Senator Folarin. Okay, who has what story in the Vanguard?
The journalist who has been missing, Todu Salem, his name is a bit... Anyway, he's been missing since the 13th of October. So the Nigerian Union of Journalists in Abuja stormed the headquarters to say, look, this guy has been missing since. What are you doing about it? And the police are like, oh, please be calm. We have quizzed 6 people, including the lady that he was with or had spoken to. They've gone through his phone records. They've interviewed people, the last people he spoke to, and that the journalist should please be patient and that they investigate. They are doing a lot too, but they can't because of its
security.
It's tactical for them to. Their silence is tactical. Okay. They also said that the lower minority leader of the House of Reps says that they should just pray.
Even the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
He was actually representing the Speaker of the House. So he says they should pray for
the missing reporter.
You know, there's no harm in praying, but I think it's the police job to go and look for him. And
while prayers are being made,
while prayers are being made, but you know, the prayer is secondary. Investigation and action is primary.
I agree.
Okay, so we remember the story of a Chief Superintendent of Police, Kazim Abonde, who was killed by a mob, remember, in Solo some time back. Because of the images of CCTV camera, they were able to arrest 4 people, but due to very well done investigation, they found out that 6 of those people who were involved in the murder of this police officer had fled to Nasarawa, and our Nigerian police found them in Nasarawa State and brought them back to Lagos State, and they're doing further investigation. And thankfully, also the Lagos State,
happy about this.
Lagos State government has also visited, sent a check of 10 million naira to the family of the deceased, and the police command also has given the family some gifts and some cash gifts. So. Thank you, police officers, for doing a good job.
Thank you.
So let me quickly take this story of what happened in Sudan. So obviously, everybody should be aware that there is a military coup takeover in Sudan. There was a transitional civilian government who was planning to have a proper democracy, installation of a new administration. But the military took over. They've arrested all the civilians, the current the leaders, and Nigeria has spoken up concerning this, that this is wrong. The UAE, Egypt, many African countries, the UN, Guterres spoke up against this, that it is extremely wrong for the military to do this at this point in time, because it is against what the citizens of Sudan want. That they were hoping to have a military, a civilian rule, proper democracy being strengthened, and that the military should get back into negotiations and release all those who have been arrested. And I really think that, because if anything goes wrong in any of these countries, it will still come
affect
here.
Us. But do we really have to speak up?
No, we have
Is it
now.
compulsory that we speak? Do we have the liver to speak, or do we have
democracy?
the moral justification
But
to
Sudan,
speak
you
up?
also know that coup is so last century, last decade. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Democracy.
Thank you, ladies.
Didn't they just do coup in, was it Niger or where was it?
There's a country.
They killed the president.
Yeah.
It's not outdated in some places.
It should be, is what we're saying.
That's where the eyes are like this.
Myanmar.
There was coup there. It's not
but we must discourage it. And we discourage it.
Thank you, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we take our hot topics. Stay with us. Welcome.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Shola, come and help me. You need to learn.
But I'm more interested in drawing.
How are you going to be part of the business if you don't learn?
You just don't understand.
Morning. Anyone for some love?
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the PCR? All tip in place? PCR?
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the PCR? All tip in place? PCR?
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the PCR? All tip in place? PCR?
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people.
Thanks for staying with us. Days after Kaduna governor urged the federal government to declare bandits, kidnappers, and terrorists, popular Islamic cleric Sheik Gumi has warned that declaring bandits as terrorists will come with a price. We'd like to hear your thoughts. Join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. He also went further to say that Nigeria would stop existing as a sovereign and united entity if they are to be proscribed. I really do not understand what that means, but let me first come to the ladies. What do you think?
Okay, so just reading the headlines and listening to him, I was like, what is he saying? What would be just a change? How would a change in name cause disintegration? They are already killing people, they're already kidnapping, they're already criminals, they're already causing havoc in the country, in the north. So what else would just changing their name mean to them? But then if you read the report, he says that by giving them a different name, you would sort of take them away from just regular criminals and make them religious zealots. You would be putting a religious cover over their criminal behavior. And a lot of people are willing, those sort of people are willing to lose their life if they feel that they are fighting for a religion or for a cause that has to do with, a religion, instead of just being bandits who are criminals, who will be arrested as criminals. But for me personally, it does not matter the name that they call them. The punishment is still the same. What it needs for them to be arrested, prosecuted, and made example of should still be the same no matter their names. It's important to call them terrorists because I think for Nigerians, when we say bandits, bandits usually maybe have limited time to face the consequences of their actions. Bandits can ask for, what do they normally call them?
Amnesty.
For amnesty and things like that. But terrorists are treated differently. And that's what Nigerians are asking for, that treat them in such a way that what they have done, they pay for what they have done. Because you take out lives, you have destroyed, children, you have kidnapped children, killed, ransacked villages, killed people. People cannot even go to their farms anymore. People are held in ransom because of their activities. So for me, whatever the names that they are called, they should just be, the Nigerian government and the military should just do the job of arresting these people, prosecuting them, and, punishing them.
Thank you, Miriam.
So a lot of people have called for, they've attacked Sheik Gumi, they've called for him to be arrested. Many have said that he seemed to be a spokesperson for these bandits and all of that. He did not deny the fact that what the bandits are doing is a terror. What they are doing is an act of terrorism. They are killing innocent people, they are hurting people. So definitely it falls into an act of terrorism. My opinion of this is, the military has said that they are unable to fight these people because they are currently called bandits. There is limit to their ability to forcefully engage them. And for us to effectively quell this group of people that are springing up in different parts of the country, we might need to proscribe them as terrorists to be able to actively fight them. The request has been made formal even by the governor of Kaduna State. I support the idea of them being labeled terrorists so that we can effectively fight them. But I also believe that as a government, it's not just about calling somebody terrorists or about saying we're going to bomb them out, because the issues that are bearing these fruits are still on ground. So the issues on ground bear the fruit gave birth to the fruit called Boko Haram. The fruits, the seed, the roots that also gave birth to bandits is the one that gave birth to kidnapping in the southeast. It's giving birth to different crises in different parts of the country. So while we will label these bandits in the northwest terrorism, and we deal with them, we must create a system that prevents further roots from coming out, because another name will come out. Something else would come up again, and then we'll be looking for how to deal with them. The country must design a path to ensure that we gainfully employ our youth. We educate them appropriately, because one of the things that Sheik Gumi mentioned, which is a valid conversation, is that we have people that fund crises worldwide. When they are bandits, they are nobodies. when you label them terrorists, these people that fund crises will want to partner with them and fund them to create more havoc. And so for me, it goes beyond labeling. Yes, label so that we can finally use our Tucano jets, because remember, we've had Tucano jets for months now that we cannot use because we cannot use Tucano jets to attack bandits that are still citizens that you're hoping to bring amnesty to. They should be attacked, but there must be a decisive plan on how to prevent new crop of criminals from coming up across the country.
Thank you so much, Terr. Do you have your thoughts?
First of all, I don't know why you have to call them terrorists or anything. Just, they are thieves, they are armed robbers, they are anything. Use Tucano jets if you have to use Tucano. Bomb all of them. I don't care what you call them. They are criminal elements.
Simple.
I don't see why military cannot attack them. Because the more you keep doing baby gloves with them, they are going to continue to commit atrocities. Now, you will not know until you know somebody who is directly affected, or you are directly affected by these people. Now, the people in power are not being directly affected by these people. You will hear, oh, they've kidnapped some people in Kaduna. You will hear they've kidnapped some people in...
Some children in different
schools. Children in... I mean, can you imagine now? Let's put our minds into the minds of one of those children, or any of those children who have been... Forget about the parents first. Those children are the real people who experienced
direct victims of
this. You don't know what they went through. You don't know if they were raped, men, boys or girls. You don't know. But you know that when you look into their eyes, you can see pain.
Yes. But you know, YK, this is a democracy. And one of the reasons... No,
wait. Before you go there, let me help you.
Okay.
Don't talk about democracy.
When it comes to... I wanted to land my point.
If I carry gun now, and I go and enter Dodan barracks or Abantiba or any barracks, what will they do with me?
They will not care.
They will shoot me immediately.
I get it.
Democracy or no democracy?
No, I get it. No, hold on. You know these Tucano jets that we got? We signed something with the US. And they are all big on human rights. So you sign that you cannot use this against the people that you are meant to serve. Yes, so the bandits are still criminals that you are meant to serve. And it's only the courts that has the right to prosecute, so prove them guilty, really guilty, if they are still under the name bandits. So that's why they are saying proscribe these people so that we can use this jet and we will not be facing international courts.
So there's this conversation
we have to do things right.
I want to, you see this America that are saying, don't use Tucano jet. When you see one man will enter a school or will enter somewhere in America
and shoot.
When the police get there, what do?
They shoot.
They shoot him.
So
they finish them. They finish the life of the person. They don't wait for any court. So don't tell me I should go and wait for court before you.
So you see,
people who are terrorizing me.
I get what YK is saying, and I think that sometimes it gets that this reaction will come because it will be annoying when you hear the military saying that we can't really fight them because we don't have waiting. Yes, we are waiting. But they've said it over and over again that democracy, even the president has said it, that the democracy, if it was military, there are things he would do. That it would just decree it, but democracy follows processes.
You have to follow
and
processes.
there are laws, and they can now say there are war crimes that have taken place, and they would hold him accountable for them. Now,
but they will say
when they prescribed Nnamdi Kanu's group, did they go through democratic?
Yes. So I was going to say that, but we know that IPOB did not do half of what the bandits have done to be prescribed.
At the time they were
prescribed. Yeah. So it's important that we are not just honest, but we are seen to be honest.
We balance
and this government has to do a whole lot more to show that we are committed to protecting lives and property across the nation. There is no favoritism of anybody at any point in time because the way it looks is as if some people are more equal than the others.
I don't agree with this line of conversation where you are taking it. For me, I feel that what they're doing, what the military is doing with the bandits is what they will do if they call them the name. We're still reading of military people going to forests and killing them and taking whatever it is that they have. We hear all the time about the military ransacking their camps, taking away arms and ammunition, arresting them and locking them up. So the military is already doing that. The military is already using fighter jets to fight
against
them. The Tucano jets were not because, oh, we're waiting to see whether we can call them bandits or terrorists. The Tucano jets were because we need to further build up our armory and have enough firearms to fight these people.
But they're refusing to use it.
So it's not about, it was not about bandits or terrorists. It was because we knew we were fighting insurgents. And that's what we're fighting. So I don't want us to bring this conversation about one place is being treated a little differently from the other place. We're not bombing people. We're not going to the east and throwing bombs at people. We're talking of something that is real right now. The IPOB one, we have a man in court right now. He's going through the process. And let's leave that. I feel that when we're discussing about the things that are happening in Nigeria, when it comes to especially what is happening in the Northeast, let's concentrate on that and see what we can do to stop what is happening there. Constantly, the deaths, the killings, the kidnappings. What we should concentrate on is what the government needs to do better in making sure that we arrest this situation. We are losing military every day towards this fight against insurgency. So, you know, when we have these conversations and then we're bringing these ones up, something that's already in court and we're addressing that, it just makes me feel like we're not addressing the real issue.
Yes, no, one cannot address these issues in isolation. We have to look at precedents. We have to look at what has been happening. But let me hold you. We'll take a short break. When we come back, the conversation continues and we expect phone calls and messages. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome to the...
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review, and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still having this conversation. And I know that, Sheik Gumi had advised over time that we need to engage, we need to have conversations with this, we need to understand them, which to me, I feel it's pretty difficult, especially when there is no visible leader. We know that there are different factions. So you finish settling with this one, another faction rises up. You finish settling with that one, another faction rises up. How do we engage with a people we do not even understand their ideology and what they are fighting for?
Excuse me, I just want to say something. You know, you have disturbed my train of thoughts by going on a break. Because
Sorry.
I wanted to say they proscribed the IPOB long before they started carrying arms like they are carrying now.
Yes.
It was Nnamdi Kanu's utterances that made them proscribe IPOB. And at that point, they could have called Nnamdi Kanu and had dialogue with him.
They didn't.
And the situation will not
degenerate
to what it is today.
Okay.
Now, these ones, you are not even dialoguing with them. You are treating them, and please, Miriam, I am not saying that there is any favoritism, because I am totally against bringing tribal sentiments into anything. Me, I believe in one Nigeria, and I don't care who I offend by saying this, because you are dividing to what? We will now start dividing to our little hamlets.
Yes.
So let us even leave that one. We both have done their work. That's why we are fighting.
Let's find that unity.
So let's find the way to unite.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to say here is, these people are terrorizing Nigerians.
Yes, innocent citizens.
Innocent people. And you are telling me you don't want to call them terrorists. I don't care what you call them. Do away with them.
Simple.
Do away with them.
Let me quickly take this call.
Don't tell me you can't use force. Because America, that when they go and kill, they go and kill. You go and kill Americans.
They mean it. Let me take this
Didn't they go and invade Iraq? Didn't they go and invade Iran? They should have not Iran, Afghanistan.
I get you. Yakubu from Dokwemu. Good morning, Yakubu. Hello. Good morning, Yakubu.
Maybe the line is bad.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Good morning. Yes, we can hear you. You're live.
Hello.
Good morning, Yakub.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Good morning.
Hello, Abby, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Can I go on? Can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you. Go on.
Listen to the phone.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to you all. Sister Annie, good morning. And then Sister Sope, good morning. Miriam, good morning. Abby, you see, I didn't think that we found ourselves in a country whereby the system is working. Though this is my own personal opinion, I think by now Sheik Gumi club pick up and then investigate and send to where it's supposed to belong to. You know why? Why? Because why is the only Sheik Gumi have access to this guy? He took picture with them last time, and then the same Sheik Gumi now come out and telling the Nigerian president and then Nigeria as a whole that we should not declare bandits a terrorist. Why? Why? Because they are not a terrorist. See, whether they like it or not, they are really terrorists. They have been done a lot of effort, even than Boko Haram. Because the issue is this: these people, when you are about to cut them in one state, they will move to another state. From another state, they will move to. Last time, look at what they cut in the Sokoto state. How many people died in that very particular state? The same bandits we went to a school, kidnapping a lot of poor children, keeping them. Some of them will die in their hand. And then Sheik Gumi is now coming out and telling us we should not declare them as terrorists. See, the Nigerian government should do the needful. They should investigate Sheik Gumi very well. Because this guy is rampant with the bandits. How could you tell us that? They should declare them so that the military can pass them on. bless you all.
Good morning, Yakub. Thank you for your thoughts.
So I wanted to be, the reason we're having this conversation, for those that are not following, is that the National Assembly called on the military to ask what's the situation against these bandits. And the military told the National Assembly. The name was withheld for the person who spoke within the military, but the statement was, let me tell you the truth. We want that it was like, he told us the equipment is meant for war against terrorists and insurgents. And since these are bandits, we cannot deploy it. They said, we have signed agreements with the United States government that the Super Tucano jets would only be used to fight terrorists and in the place of war. So there was also a time, a few months back, when the government was saying that the Senate, the House of Assembly, the Speaker for the National Assembly, was saying, declare a state of emergency over the insecurity challenges over this country. That because everything going on now, they need to follow the rule of law. They will say, defend this. If you arrest them, you need to bring them into the court's legal system before you can prosecute them. All of that process slows down the ability to create a strong form of deterrence to other people. That if you create state of emergency within the military, what you will now have is that everybody in the military know that we have opportunity to do and undo to ensure we quell whatever insecurity is happening anywhere. And they will not be brought to book against the criminal international court. So I believe that this clamor is not unjust, and it is fair because of the people that we have lost in this battle. Within the military, and innocent citizens that have died based on one banditry kidnapping or one attack, even the one that just happened in the mosque just this weekend. And it is expected that the president should respond. And Sheik Gumi is a citizen of Nigeria. He's allowed to say his own. If the DSS feels like they want to ask for more information, they should ask him. He has given his opinion. These people are clamoring. All the governors have said, declare them terrorists. Governor, declare them terrorists. Everybody cannot be wrong. Can we just decisively deal with this situation by simply declaring them terrorists?
Let me take this call from James. James from Oshodi. Good morning, sir. Good morning, James.
You're watching TV.
It's not there. Please, I want to...
Can I go?
Before you
I haven't gone.
Please, not vexed, Miriam. The terrorism is the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aim. That is the reason why they are saying they cannot declare them terrorists, because they apparently do not have political aim. I will build up from there so you can talk first.
Let me hold you up a bit. Let's take a short break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Kọ́jú wá sọ nìyẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí rẹ̀ lẹ́kùn àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ lẹ́kùn mọ́ lọ́mọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view.
I think we are listening to the TV.
Hello, are you there? I don't think it's there, Miriam.
Okay, so I would like for us to separate who a bandit is, or what banditry is, and what terrorism is. And, you know, basically, in a few words, terrorism has to do with having, the end is that you have a political aim. So you have a leader, you have a military, you have a machinery to carry out violence, but it's under, you know, an umbrella of maybe a leader and things like that. Banditry is supposed to be like pockets of opportunistic criminality. So we see a vulnerable place, we rush in, take who we can, kill who we can, whatever the spoils of that you know, attack is, we share amongst ourselves. There's no one person to hold on and say, this is the person. There's no face. There's no one army to hold on to. These are just, you know, a group of people just coming together just for what they can get at the time of, you know, the attack. But when it comes to these Tucano jets, it seems to me that the only reason we're having this conversation is because of these Tucano jets that we have brought in. So it's not saying we cannot chase these people. It's not saying we can't arrest them. It's not saying we cannot kill them when we find them. It's not saying we cannot go and ransack and raid their camps. You know, it's just saying that in order to do that, the Tucano jets cannot be part of the conversation. If we put the Tucano jets part of the conversation, then we are going to be having conversation of human rights. I understand democracy and the importance of it and how it has helped, you know, to protect innocent citizens. But sometimes where it is so glaring in the face of such violence, it's, you know, for me, it's like, do we take out Tucano jets, look for another kind of jets, chase these people down, get them, and let's be done with this. We cannot continue because we can use it for another thing. We'll use it for the rest of Africa. Sudan is in fighting something.
Miriam, let me pause you for a bit. I'm coming back to you. Let's take James. James from Oshodi. Good morning. Good morning, James. I think he's listening to the TV. Continue your thoughts.
People should stop listening to the TV.
Okay, so I'm just saying that if we take out the Tucano jets out of it, then maybe we would just face this war that we have been fighting for so many years. And also it brings the question, this is where we now have to now talk about where we get our arms from, who funds our wars and things like that. The American government seems to be in every war and every fight and determines to you who you should fight and how you should fight the person and how you should fight the country and what the repercussions are if you fight a certain type of war. Meanwhile, we don't seem to see the same when it happens with them, when they are invading countries and fighting countries.
They are superpowers.
So I think when it comes to that conversation at that level, the security conversations, we need to have a different sort of conversation. What you may call human rights violation, we may not call it that way because of this certain group of people. We have years and years of these people killing innocent citizens. We do not have a one name that we can call them, but we need jets like this that can these are the sort of arms that would get these people. So it looks to me that we need. Is it a different approach? A different approach, a different conversation concerning how we want to go about it. But to say that they are terrorists, I agree they are terrorists. And I think every Nigerian agrees that they are terrorists.
Agree.
Even they must think that about themselves.
Even Sheik Gumi agrees.
It's just the Tucano jet that is now causing us to be wondering how we should go about this.
All right, let's quickly take this call. Ahmed from Kaduna. Good morning, Ahmed.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're live.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Hello, can I go on?
Yes, go on. You're live.
Yeah, thank you very much. The discussion you had this morning is a very good one, and I might ask everyone in the studio. You see, this issue is a very, very delicate issue. Sheik Gumi in the north here and in Kaduna. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Sheik Gumi will come to talk.
You're listening to your TV.
And closeness with these people. And if you look at the reasons he's giving, declaring these people a bandit.
So I think we should say this again. When you call, just listen to the phone, not the TV, because sometimes it's delayed.
Turn the TV
turn
down.
your TV down or turn it off. Just listen. We'll get across to you. But let me even ask this question. So now we have gotten the Tucano jets, which are supposed to be for terrorism. And we're not ready to declare anybody terrorist. Why did we get it? Shouldn't we have thought about this in the first place?
We're not saying they're not. No, see, yes, because actually the process of Tucano is not this past 3 years.
Exactly.
It's not the past
the
4
process
years.
has been.
So, but until you see when they say economic power, until you have the lever to create your own guns, until you have built, you can build your own armory, until you can build your own helicopter. Because there's something going on internationally now. The Chinese and the Taiwan and all those stuff, territorial waters. The Chinese did not fight. They did not, because they're not buying the armory. They're not buying the ammunition from America or from any world power. They sat down within themselves and built it. You cannot tell them what they should do with their gun or how they should fight or how they should shoot. As long as Nigeria is going to meet America tomorrow for bullets, and then we go and meet Russia next tomorrow
pay for them
for guns, regardless.
But their conditions,
as long as you are going to meet them, they will give you conditions. I think that, like I said when we were starting, yes, fight them, declare terrorists, but we have a system that is producing crisis for us as a nation. And until we address this system, see secondary school students in Yewa that are calling up, they are paying hoodlums to attack their school. We see that happening. Kidnapping in Edo State is not bandits. Kidnapping in Asaba is not bandits. They are bandits.
As the same.
They are evil people. They are everywhere in the country. So they are criminals. So when we say that we want to attack the one in the northeast, we want to call this one terrorist. The one that is attacking them in Niger Delta is what? The one in the southeast. Until we deal with what is producing this crisis all around, we will still end up having to be cutting off the branches. And so while we are having this conversation, I don't want to hear of any more kidnapping. And we must acknowledge that there's been a bit of reduction in the number of, in the recurrence of kidnapping of children. However, we don't want to hear it at all. Whether church, whether mosque, until we bring it to nothing, until anybody that carries AK-47 that is not a military person is shot at sight, then we can now begin to restore normalcy and calm within the country. We can drive safely from state to state without being worried that somebody is going to come and jump in front of my car wearing military ammunition, which is what they do. They wear military uniform, jump in front of somebody's car and carry them away. Until we get to that point, we're still going to have to keep facing one form of changing nomenclature of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, let's take this call. Kennedy from Ojo. Good morning, Kennedy.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah. Please, my contribution to the terrorism issue is this. We know what is right. We know what is wrong. And what kills a lot of prominent Nigerians is they will know this is green and they are calling it blue. I was in Damaturu State Capital when Senator Alimodi Sharif contested, that's one of Abacha Senator Alimodi Mala Sharif contested for gubernatorial now won. Understand? Those boys that started those things, understand? They knew them. They knew them. Understand? Even earlier before now, they did a lot of destruction just to get the power. They know them. You understand? And one of those guys said, listen, you guys, they warn you guys in this state, you guys should leave this place that will go to Keshe. Understand that they will do a lot of killing. One guy told me, so I took my leave immediately. You understand? I took my leave, but I did not go back over there. So why do they say that they don't know them? They're all terrorists. You get me? This is my contribution.
Thank you so much, Kennedy. The conversation continues after this break. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ nìyẹn.
bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
torí kí ni.
àkọyẹ kó wọn fi jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ.
Thanks for staying with us, YK. You have been vibrating here.
During the break.
No, you see, look, what is the meaning of terror? To instill fear in a person. These people are instilling fear in people.
Yes.
They are instilling fear in citizens. And you are telling me that, no, you want to treat them with kid gloves because your own kid is not involved in this act of terror. Because, okay, don't call it terrorism, but it is still acts of terror. You will fear. I cannot travel, me, now as I'm sitting here, I refuse to travel by road
anywhere
from here to
anywhere.
From here to even Ife. Because I'm terrified. Abi?
Yes,
so that is terror.
Full stop.
Full stop. And then you are telling me, look, when I was still dancing, we were traveling all over Lagos to Kano, Lagos to Kaduna, by road. Nothing like plane. By road. And the only danger you faced was accidents. Now you are facing terrors. To kidnap somebody, and you're telling me you can't use gun. Now, me, I'm even tired of America. America, they dictate, and you see,
for others,
our African leaders, they don't have spine. They don't have spine. When America talks, they just they turn to jelly. Why?
Because the person has the money.
Why? Which money? America too is owing money now. Is it only Africa? Look, let me tell you. When African leaders sit down and realize that the world is surviving on Africa,
they will sit up.
Then our senses will come to us.
We'll sit up.
Africa you keep on looking at yourselves down. You are not down. If you only know what we used to use mobile phone is got from Africa.
Everything.
Everything. Chocolates that they eat is got from Africa.
So YK, at the end of the day, one of the biggest challenges.
Then you go and join, excuse me, then you go and join international court. Who sent you message? Who sent you to go and join international court? Is America inside the international court? No.
Well, they are actually.
They are not. They are the judge and jury. You are the victim. You are the people. When you go and fight these people killing people, they will come and call you, say, you have broken international law. Or you have come and face international court.
Come and answer to us.
Come and answer to us. Oh, that's how they throw those people down for me.
There's a reason why these things have been put in place.
Yeah,
and to be honest, there have been abuses and victims have gotten...
America has not abused.
So we're not discussing America.
Yes, in Africa, people's innocent victims have gotten some form of,
justice
because of these systems. But we're saying that when it comes to this particular war that we're fighting in Nigeria right now, even America, I mean, we've read many reports. They have understood that this particular war that we're fighting is a bit different. It doesn't really have one face or one army. It is right there embedded within the fabric of our society, families, friends, everything. So there has to be a different way to fight them. If we're saying that when we use the Tucano jet, there's going to be a lot of unintentional consequences, or how collateral damage, and they feel
they could be damaging people with friendly fire.
So exactly.
I hope you all
so
remember.
my own is,
even with the guns,
why don't we find the better way to fight this? What we're doing so far, we're still able to arrest some people, kill some of them, get into their camps, but we're not doing just as enough to stop them, because once we do that, they regroup and they kill our military. They come back, they take over a village. So what we need to do something that is more sustainable, that can sustain over time, and to the point that they lose their power completely. We cannot do one moment we're closing down telecommunications in various states, and then they're able to connect telecommunications of our neighboring countries and to come back. So it looks like we have to do it a little differently. So when we're having conversations with the America or whoever it is that we're buying our arms and ammunition for, we need to explain to them how this war is a bit different from fighting a world war, civil war.
I wanted to say that can we go back to funding education? Currently, we have we're going to be spending more on subsidy than we're spending on almost our entire financial injection towards our key sectors, because we know that the idle mind would always be a devil's workshop. We know that an uneducated mind, an unenlightened mind, a mind that has no hope, would take anything they sell to him or her. So we know that the long-term lasting solution is to truly empower the Nigerian child across from the north, the south, the east, the west, providing education and hope, providing that sense of confidence that and pride in who they are, so that they will not pick up ammunition because of, do you know how much, have you watched interviews of what they pay bandits when they kidnap? Do you know that sometimes those lives that are lost are over 5,000, 10,000 naira?
Okay.
So it is how cheap 50,000 naira to kidnap and kill and cause mayhem. I'm sure those that bombed what is going to cost us millions to fix our railways, they probably pay them less than 100,000 naira. So we understand a stitch in time saves nine. Can we go and put the investment in the right place? As the president is spending money buying Tucano jets and we are buying ammunitions, can we put money into the educational sector and ensure that everybody gets to school? Because that way we are also preventing the future from the recruitment process of taking people that have no other option but to sell their lives.
All right,
for
so
small
let's
money.
quickly take this call before I come back to YK. Honorable Patrick from Abuja. Good morning, sir.
Who send go to them? How do you represent the area? People are not living with safety. So you have to do the normal thing to free this nation. We know our problem, but you are trying to divert from the truth. Apart from that truth, and there's no other thing again you are going to do than to set the case, set his arrest, Gumi as you see. It's all practice, you know what he's saying, that if people are declared terrorists, Nigeria will end. You see, he said Nigeria for itself. You don't know when Nigeria was amalgamated. They were part of the system. And you know what he's saying, promoting evil. And let me tell you with this, other thing will change us from because the one that didn't do effectively, fear will enter some of them. And we have the society. Nigeria has no single problem apart from the people who are afraid of the part of this. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Patrick.
I just wanted to say, I love what you said, but that is long-term solution.
Yes.
We are now looking for
the quick fix
solution
immediate
for now. And the government has to sit up. I'm not going to blame any other person but government.
Yes.
Government has to sit up and face this problem and free us from this problem. It is not right because, okay, we haven't heard of them kidnapping. Many times we haven't heard, or was it you that said we haven't heard of them kidnapping in schools, or they haven't kidnapped in schools recently? Maybe they are not even going to school. Maybe all the schools are gone.
At home, most of
At
them.
home.
Well,
So that means your education is zero. Not because they are not getting educated, because they are afraid to go to school. That's one. Two. Is it because it's not in the papers that you don't think that they are kidnapping?
That's second.
I know
because
of
we don't get
somebody
all the
in
stories.
this studio as we are talking, whose person was kidnapped, and it didn't enter any paper
At all. Who announced it?
Yes. Nobody will announce.
So YK, what I perceive is fear on the parts of our leaders on the way to go. Because I don't know how...
No, the leaders don't know. They don't even know what to do.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think they're confused.
Fear of what?
I don't think they're confused.
What are they afraid of now?
So people have accused some of our leaders of being sympathetic to the cause.
Which cause?
Whatever cause it is. No. So why are they not moving? Why are they not acting?
I think that we don't know. I think that
you don't know.
They don't know what to do.
I don't think. See, I don't think it's about being sympathetic to. So you're saying they're being sympathetic to the insurgents and bandits.
And that means that they are terrorists.
Yeah. So we're saying that we've had those conversations out
we
there.
have, yes.
And you know, sometimes
Gumi says it.
you know, that there are some people have accused traditional leaders. Some people have accused some governors, but you know, every time we wait for the name and shaming of the government. But I think concerning this particular thing we're talking about with the Tucano jets, I think it has to do with the conditions that they have been given on how to use. That's what it's about.
Okay, they don't have to use Tucano jet. Let them use fighter jets.
That's what I'm saying. Let's change the
tactics.
Yeah,
I like that.
Let's
take this call from Akko. Akko from Makurdi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Go ahead, you're live.
Oh, okay. I don't really know how to describe the situation Nigeria is facing presently. It's very unfortunate that you know somebody is committing a crime and you don't want to give the crime a name. If it is house theft, how?
No.
Oh, I'm sure we lost that. So sorry. My question will now be, how do we tie up loose ends? How do we reorganize ourselves in such a way that we already see, we Nigerians know our problem. We know that these people do not have a face. We know that they are different factions. The conversation now should be, how do we now fight them, even if we're not going to deploy the Tucano jets? What do we do?
Talk about Tucano jets. We talk about fighter jets.
Okay, fighter jets.
Tucano jets.
That's the issue, yes. So how do we tie up the loose ends so that we handle this well?
So, BC, we are all concerned Nigerians, and I think that that's why many people resort to prayer, because even me, before we went on break that time, I was I will pray. But the responsibility of finding the solutions does not lie with us. It lies with our leaders and their ability to manage the resources available. And the truth is there are resources. We have security strategists well-trained across the world who are willing to work with the government to create a framework for the solution. Actually, some people even tell you that we don't need framework for solution. There are plenty frameworks. There are plenty white papers that has been submitted to the military.
Let's pick
plenty
one.
Letters. Can we just fully implement one without favor? Like, let us deal decisively with one. This is what we're going to do. We are going to implement this 100%, and we will see tangible results if everybody can sincerely rally to follow through with one policy. Where we lack is that somebody on one side is bending one way or the other, or somebody is saying that the government is not giving me this, or no excuses. Can we fully implement this? Because we cannot successfully grow without security. People won't bring their money in. Businesses will not thrive. We're having food crisis because many of the farms and farmers can no longer go to their farms in peace. And so how do we get food? How do we get businesses? How do we get exports?
I used to go to farm before.
I used to go, last year I was flying to go Mosho anyhow, just driving down the road. Now fear cannot let me enter express.
Let's go on a break. The conversation continues.
This is what we are saying.
After this break, stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite.
Does that mean that after we're done with the fight against the insurgents, we move it on to other people who are probably, but we need to have clarity on what we intend to do and how we intend to proceed. That's the question. But let's take some messages if you have any.
So people are attacking Sheik Gumi. They don't agree with him. They said he's making provocative statements, saying things that are wrong. Only God will help us. Then somebody asked, who is Sheik Gumi? Why is he so powerful than the presidency, National Assembly? Somebody is saying they love YK, they love what she's saying, and all of that. Comments are a bit very, very harsh and not
so
suitable
we don't have
for
to read that. YK, do you have any?
TV.
No, I wasn't. Like you said, the comments, I agree with a lot of the comments, but I may not be allowed to read them out. But I wanted to say, the government, if we are here discussing, we need to look for solutions. Because we don't think our government has solution to the problem. Because I have always been one for dialogue. The problem in the Southeast, the problem with the Yoruba nation would have been quelled with dialogue.
If we started early.
If we started early. It might be late for that now, but the demeanor of government is the demeanor of, I don't want to discuss with you. So I want to just be killing you or prescribing you. Now, why people are now saying they're because I can see a lot of the comments here. They are saying it's the Fulani, and me, I'm not into, because I for one will say Northerners too are being killed. Who are they kidnapping?
Help me.
True.
They went into before religious stuff. This is the last one that we read in the papers today. Was Muslims praying in the mosque, killed, kidnapped. So it's not about Christians or Muslims. It's about human beings.
It's about human beings. Now, I hate that the government don't want to prescribe them, prescribe them, call them terrorists. Because one, where are they getting their arms from?
Who's sponsoring them?
Somebody is sponsoring them now.
Who's bankrolling them?
They have arms enough to fight Nigerian army.
Face to face.
Face to face.
Come into their camps.
Like war. That is terrorism.
Yeah, true.
Because when bandits face the Nigerian army, there is fire for fire.
Yes.
So why are they finding it difficult? Is it because they have not come out to say, I am a terrorist or I have a political agenda? What if somebody is sponsoring them to make war in Nigeria? You are allowing these people to run riots? Now, what is paining me inside the matter is, they even seem to know where they are. Because inside the paper today,
every time they say they are
the clinical of the so you know where they are, and you have not got to go and carry all of them.
It's not easy
that means
because
they are
attacking, they get innocent people as well. Sometimes they've kidnapped people already, and if you are trying to shoot into the place, you might be killing the innocent ones, casualties. So it is finding that balance, and like we've all said, it's guerrilla. We don't understand who we are fighting or what they've used. Human shield being used. So it's.
I bet this American laboratory. Do you remember that American guy that they brought, that they kidnapped?
And how they came into the country. And they brought commandos.
They didn't even take permission from your government to
They entered
because they are our gas. They just came. Rescue their guy, kill all the
bandits.
All the bandits. So they can kill the bandits.
Without facing international court.
Without facing international court.
They did not say we should not kill the bandits. So
they said we should not do what?
That we
cannot use Tokano
to
kill them.
Why did we sign that kind of thing, Tolu Olorun?
No, it was an ongoing war. You had mentioned that some people are saying that if we use the Tokano, then what happens? I just want to say that Nigeria has a vibrant and well-positioned and what's the word now? Military. We are not babies. We are not stupid. Do you understand? So we have arms, we have ammunition. in the military for many years. We have gone and we have fought wars in other countries and gotten peace for other countries. We don't just go anyhow, be throwing and be using arms and ammunition against people just because we have them. I just think it's important that we have it out there. In our conversations, please, let's also understand, you know, our military, they are our fathers and our husbands and our brothers. This is a, what would you say, a career of integrity. This is a career that people put their lives down, you know, for all our good. So when we talk about it, let's just be careful. They are not going to be using Tucanos on normal, regular citizens.
We didn't say that they should do that.
No, I brought it up. That there are conversations that people are asking
questions. So let me come to you people now, as intelligent ladies that you are. And I'm starting with so no, just your own personal opinion. If you were the president, what would be your line of action now? And everybody will answer this question.
I cannot be the president, but
if you were,
if I were, first of all, I will first call on the military, police, military, paramilitary, Air Force, all of you come. I give you, in fact, I will dash you 1 week. That's all I'm giving you. There must be nothing like kidnapping in this country again.
In 1 week?
It's 1 week I will give you.
Because
you are giving me a bad news. So, go and strategize. Tell me what you need.
I'll provide.
I will provide.
Okay.
To get rid of this, whether it's insurgency, whether it's banditry, whether it is kids glove, whatever you want to call them, whether you want to call them babies. Because bandits is just like calling them babies. Whether it's babies I don't want babies in my forest again. Get rid of them. I give you 1 week. This is, we are talking, this is 2 years now of this present, it's too much.
There was a time the president said, shoot at sight.
No, that was for headsmen.
Carrying AK-47. Are they not all entwined?
Exactly.
Bandits, are they not all entwined?
You see, it's a jollof rice of crime.
I'm telling you.
Honestly.
Oh boy, jollof rice.
All the ingredients.
There is headsmen, there is banditry, there is come on, it's too much.
So you give them 1 week as the president? We'll give them 1 week as the president.
And tell me what you need. Is it, somebody mentioned one thing that they can use guerrilla warfare that you have to use?
No, that's a type of...
I know it's a type of... whatever
you want. Whatever you name.
Get rid of it.
In 1 week.
I want to say here that I do not think like our police force is equipped enough, because when I enter a police station anywhere else in the world, when I haven't really entered, I've seen from outside. God don't let me enter a police station.
Amen.
But you see computer everywhere. You see, you know those things that you see on the board,
on the screens, interactive whiteboards.
If you walk like this, they will see you. Say, look, it's there. We don't have that one here. We are walking blindly.
We're not sophisticated to that point.
We're not sophisticated. Why? Because we have some of the best brains in the world.
We do. That's the painful part, YK. But let me come to Tokwe now as the president of the country. Position where?
Let me sit my presidential sitting. I believe that the power of a leader is in the ability to maximize resources available. So my first line of action is to call all the resources I have available and empower them to do what they're meant to do, which is exactly similar to what YK has said. The only thing that I see that I would do differently is in terms of body language. And there is something that has been the accusation that keeps going, that the president's body language, you know, when you need to walk the talk, like you need to be on ground. There's a level of the expectations that many people have of a leader is that you would wear your boots. So for me, it's like we are entering this trouser together. We must be willing to take ownership of the fact that this is my country, I want to make it work. Anything is going to take, I'm going to make it work. So for me, as a leader, I would want to put all the resources together, give them the empowerment to do what they need to do, knowing that no matter what happens, I will defend you. Which is one thing that we also need, we need to promote, that military they also have their own internal judging system. And if they are found to be culpable we've had mutiny over and over again within this military. When people inside are saying that they are having issues with those above, or they are saying we are not getting, the money is not trickling down, we are not getting food, we don't have protective gear. There are many things happening within the system that is not helping the system. So when you don't give people what they need to fight, and you are accusing them of not fighting, what are you doing? So as the president, I would do what I can do, which is to ensure that everybody has what they need to do what they need to do.
I have a specific question for you when I take this call, after I take this call. Good morning, Emmanuel. Oh, sorry, lost that. So in this situation now, we have a situation at our hands, and we're looking for the next solution. What would you do? Would you prescribe? Would you not? I want specifics on what you would do right now.
I would definitely call them terrorists. Okay. I would definitely call them terrorists. I would call them terrorists because they are carrying out acts of terrorism. They are terrorizing the nation.
Yeah, that's specific.
They are carrying out. There's no other way. Yes, there's no other way to call what they are doing. These people are terrorizing this nation. They are costing us on multiple levels.
Yes,
lives, resources. So we will call them what they are and deal with them in a way that you can only deal with criminals.
Let's give them name. Terrorists without agenda.
Or babies. We can call them babies. Just fish out the babies. Let's take this call.
Like babies.
Hassan from Lekki. Good morning, Hassan.
Fish out the babies.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
This is a national issue and very important to all of us. I see no reason why we should be hovering over definition. Criminal is a criminal. Terrorist is a criminal. All of them are criminals. So, you see, the way we are going about it, we are not helping matters. And I can see the body language of the people that are supposed to be fully in charge, being nonchalant about it, playing politics with it. Because now, we are having problem of food security. We are having problem of our employment. We are having problem of our children out of school. Do you know what that means to us? Disaster. So, the most important thing for the government to do, put the job of the security hierarchy online. They will work. By keeping them there while doing nothing, it will never work for us. So what we are seeing now, we better take charge before 2023, before politicians began to use them for their political reasons. Good morning.
Thank you so much.
I love everything
That's
he said.
another,
I love everything he said.
Let's take President Mariam, please.
Yes. For me, easy. Like a mother, if you come for my child, I come for you. You're a terrorist, simple and short. If getting arms from America would mean that I will not be able to fight my war the way I need to fight it, I'll have a conversation with another country. Look for other affiliations that I would do. That would give me a better chance of winning this war. I fought this war as a president. I fought this war for far too long. I've lost too many people. I cannot continue to be pandering to different sentiments. I'm sorry. If you killed someone, you're a murderer, and you deserve to be. Either if you're lucky, we arrest you and lock you up forever. If you're not lucky, we'll kill you. That's me as the president in a situation like this. Simple.
They will now even be fighting for amnesty for them.
Yeah, which is really
negotiations and talking. So me, if I were to be the president, I would declare state of emergency. Yeah, this is a case of we need to do what we have to do. There's no two ways about it. There's no ethnic coloration. There's no religious coloration. A criminal is a criminal, and we'll go out there and fight this cause. Because the thing is, we'll be remembered for the works that were put in place. How do I want to be remembered as a president if I leave? Remembering that I came on the backdrop of I'm going to handle these issues. I will judge myself by the standards that I set initially. That's why when so I remember that there was a time my children wanted to do election in school, and I was hearing them say something like, "We'll do a borehole, we'll put taps in the school." In their manifesto, I say, hey, two of you come here.
Don't promise.
Who will give you money to put? You don't have money. You're a student, so present what you know is within your capacity to do, not just because you want to be voted in, so that they can hold you by that standard if you don't do it. So now we have come at the background of, I'm going to solve this issue, I'm going to solve that. I would judge myself based on how I have been able to solve it, not based on what people around me are telling me, but the pulse of the people. So if I need to hide and get the pulse of the people, I will get them to see if we have tried so far, if we have achieved it, or if we still have work to do. I will take proper feedback and I will get to work.
Anyway, there are two ways to fight this war.
Let me quickly take this call, Miriam. I'll come to you. Messi from Abuja. Good morning, Messi.
Hello.
Hi. We can hear you, Messi.
TV. Listening to TV.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Please do not listen to the TV.
I want to contribute on this. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yes, I'm fine.
Please do not listen to the TV.
Listen to your phone.
Oh. We have to go. So you were saying?
So I'm saying that there's definitely two ways to fight the war. While we are going on the offensive on the other hand, it's important that we understand the reason why we have come to this point where we're thinking, what is the quick fix? It's because we do not do what was necessary and important in the beginning. We cannot have corruption going on within the military or within all the security operatives. People's welfare is horrible. We hear people are sent to the war front. We've seen reports where they blur out their faces of Nigerian soldiers, in past administration and this one, saying that they would go to war front and their enemies were bandits, were better equipped than our Nigerian military. We cannot afford to do that. If we don't do the right thing in the small things, it would amount to something like this, where now we're looking for who to help us. We're looking for a savior that will come and just perform a miracle. So in everything that we do, both things have to be done simultaneously right now. We must make sure we take out the corruption. And when it comes to, there was a time that we kept asking for service chiefs to be changed because the morale of those who thought that it was their time to lead it felt like they were being sidelined for many reasons. And because of that, that's when people will bring up ethnic, political reasons, even if that was not the case, because we're not doing the right thing. And they'll say that that's the reason why things are falling apart. So do the right thing there, within the ranks, and then we can fight a stronger war.
I'll come to YK. Peter from Ikeja. Good morning, Peter.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, today is a very interesting topic. And in a way, you can't even talk about it without seeing a little element of, how will I put it now? Like, for instance, earlier you read in the papers where police from one particular state went to as far as Nasarawa without the so-called state-of-the-art facility that we're talking about to get people who killed a policeman.
In Lagos.
Are we saying, because there's no way you look at it and not think that there is a sort of a
conspiracy
striking from behind or one way or the other? Are we saying that this army cannot completely annihilate this? For the past 6 years, people have been dying like it's the order of the day. I am afraid to travel by road. In fact, there is a way I travel now. I don't even travel straight anymore. Because you suspect every vehicle that is broke down, you suspect every bike that passes you. There is this fear of insecurity that is like the norm of the day. And somebody is coming out because of the use of English, saying somebody is not a terrorist. It just doesn't balance. So how can you come out public? That man should be fired. He should be suspected. There is no way you will not suspect that kind of person. Because we are here now, we don't know what it is because we are not there. But do you know how many people sleep with their eyes open? Some towns that are completely annihilated that are not even reported. Some kidnappings that are going on that are not on media because of corruption in one, whether in the police or in the army. These are things that we cannot say we cannot say we will close one eye and open the other one and pretend as if nothing is happening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. It's just the truth. I wanted to take a state of emergency. What a state of emergency is. A situation of national danger or disaster in which a government suspends normal constitutional procedure in order to regain control. So if the government... If the government did that, democracy as we know it would cease to exist for
that period. Within the sector,
Yeah.
the declaration was made. So they've said declare state of emergency within the security sector of the country.
Okay.
So
does not apply to
everybody. No, of course not.
Yes. So it was specific. The Mila's statement was declare state of emergency over the security.
No, I was even going
She was answering her.
Oh,
okay, as the president.
She said she will declare state of emergency.
So now you will
not generally.
Not
I didn't
generally,
mean
just in
those
the
areas.
Okay.
Those areas, yeah.
In the areas where
there's crisis.
Yeah, some states have been, before, of course, I remember when Plateau State, there was a state of emergency declared because of,
that time.
you know, for that period. And this was in order to fight what was happening in that. And I think that many people have asked for that in the different states. But, you know, like the telecommunication ban where you declare a state of emergency and then it's not really getting you the results that you're supposed to. So to declare a state of emergency is one thing.
You need
While
to plan
you have declared, what are you doing?
Because for me, that telecommunication ban was if they kidnap somebody's skinny, that person is not going to be able to call even police to say my person has been kidnapped.
And they say that. That's what they're
You see?
going
So when you are even banning telecommunication, use sense. You know, sometimes they don't use sense. I'm not even sure what's happening.
Proper planning is what I
They're
think
trying
is
to
our
reduce
issue.
the communication.
Between bandits and insurgents. That's what they tried to do.
Between themselves.
And the people of the states, even some of them said they actually saw positive results. But I feel that it's gone on for too long, that the bandits, of course, now understand the system and have found ways to bypass it.
Exactly. I don't even agree with banning telecommunication.
You need your communication. So let's... we're wrapping up on this.
Yes.
What's our final words? What do we have to say concerning the issue?
I just want to say, I remember when this government was coming in and they talked about annihilating Boko Haram, in fact, ending Boko Haram. And at the beginning, we did see some improvement. But then suddenly, everything
there was
just
like a relapse.
Went back to, in fact, not only did it go back to normal,
it became worse.
Other things now
added,
like kidnapping, like banditry, like, so they need to sit down and go back to the blueprint or black print or whatever prints they need to use and give us a solution. We need a solution. We don't want to be hearing every minute, it's getting better. The minute you say it's getting better, the 17 people are killed in Niger.
Yeah. Finally,
so my final words would be that there are people profiting from this crisis, and there are people funding this crisis. And the president needs to give a better body language to stemming it by dealing with those profiting and funding the crisis. When you deal with them and you make a public show of your willingness to kill, or to not even kill, to prosecute no matter how high or how low the people that are causing this crisis are, then we'll see decisive solutions towards it.
Yeah, because we're talking about what Sheik Gumi said about naming them terrorists. My response to him would be, they're already doing the things you think they will do when they're called terrorists. They're already killing people, they're already maiming people, they're already ransacking villages, they're already causing a lot of chaos and commotion in our country. So naming them any name would not change
their modus operandi.
Exactly, would not change them. And so government knowing that, please take the necessary steps towards ending this
I think the government knows what to do, and they should
do
what they are supposed to do as leaders and as the people who have taken the mandate to protect the lives and properties of their citizens. Thank you so much, ladies. It's been beautiful. That's all we can take on today's show. See you again tomorrow. Have a great day.